This is Eric from Pack Hacker, and today we're taking a look at the Ridge hardshell carry-on, which I've been testing for the past month. Let's dive in. So the exterior material that we're working with here is German Macrolon polycarbonate. I dig this stuff. It's pretty lightweight, but it's also durable. As you can see, it doesn't really pick up any abrasions or anything like that. If you look really closely, you might see a couple scratches, but overall pretty happy with this so far. It is paired with these reinforced corners. These are made of aluminum. I was worried that the paint was going to get chipped up. It hasn't yet, and they just held up pretty well. They also add like a nice contrast, which basically everything on this pack is blue or black. I just think it looks pretty nice. We have these front runners here too as well, which protect the pack from just kind of getting scuffed up. So if you are able to choose how your pack is laying, like if you're going on a bus or something like that and you load it in the bottom, just make sure that these are on the bottom, so that way it has like a little bit of space between the ground and the pack. So if there's like some grit or something there, it won't get too roughed up. Have a carbon fiber logo plate here. No matter which colorway you go with, you get that carbon fiber logo plate. So add some nice contrast. Don't know it needs to be carbon fiber, but it looks nice and you can tell it's carbon fiber, which is a little bit fun if you ask me. So we have YKK zippers, and I actually have them in the wrong part of the pack right now to show you well. So I'll bring them over here. I actually can show you how they attach in. They just pop into that lock right now. Nice and easy, pop open like that. The pulls here are getting a little bit dinged up. As you can see there, they're like chipping away a little bit, but not a huge deal for me. I do worry about the corners, but it hasn't happened yet, so maybe it won't happen. We have, let me flip it up like this, telescopic handle here. Just want to get some detail on that. Nice grippy plastic. It's very comfortable to hold on to even for extended periods of time. Not a lot of padding, but pretty comfortable overall if you ask me. Have a handle on the top here and also a handle on the side. They're pretty low profile, so they stay out of the way when you're not using them. Not a ton of padding, but typically you're gonna be rolling this thing and not carrying it, and they stay out of the way, which I like for when you're loading it inside of wherever you're going to be loading it. On the bottom here, we have these 360 wheels. We got 4 of them. They work really well, pretty durable. No issues with them popping off or breaking or anything like that yet. So can't really say too much bad about them. I'll talk about them a little bit more when we get into the next section. But I should mention before we move on that this technically is a little bit oversized for a lot of airlines' carry-on compliance. So depending which airline you're flying, they might make you check this bag, and then you're gonna be having to pay some money, but most airlines you'll probably be okay. Like a lot of the non-super budget airlines don't even really check as long as it's close, so that's just a risk that you have to decide whether or not you wanna take or not. So the telescopic handle has 2 points where it'll stop. So you have full extension here, which comes a little bit maybe above my hip, which is a pretty good height for me. If you are maybe a little bit shorter than me, but not a lot shorter than me, that might be kind of an awkward height. And then it goes down one more and you have this one here, which is a little bit too low for me. It still works if I need it to, but I can just come up here, so it's not a huge deal. So for me, in using this on 4 wheels, it moves pretty well. I don't particularly love using these on 4 wheels. It's just not something that I typically do. If I'm in the airport, maybe, because there's not a lot of things that'll get in your way. But I find that this bag really does well on 2 wheels. The 360 wheels do a really good job of transitioning when you need them to. I think it does really well on 4 wheels too. It's just me personally, I really like using this on 2, and I feel like I can go quicker, and I really like getting to where I need to go, and then I can just like relax when I get there in the airport. And one other thing that I guess kind of fits into this section too is that you can sit on this thing. It's very like durable. No problem sitting on it for like an extended period of time if you need to. It's not super comfortable, but when you need to sit down at the airport or at the bus station or something, it's very handy. So if you found this video helpful so far, make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can continue making content like this to help you travel smarter. We're gonna move inside this pack now. So I've been calling this a butterfly opening, which is what a lot of hard shell suitcases have. So when you open it up like this, it kind of has like the wings like a butterfly would have. So I should mention that if you have a ton of weight in either of these sides, it can be kind of like floppy when you open it, and that might have even like shook the camera because it's so heavy. So it's kind of nice to distribute the weight between the two if you can, or if you know one side's super heavy, have that be like your down side that's on the ground when you open it, so the lightweight side, you can open it up a bit easier. So I'm gonna start on this side over here. There is a AirTag or some similar GPS tracker holder right here, which is nice so you know that your luggage made it onto the flight if you do have to check it. But if you're using it for like theft reasons, when you open this up, if you have a tracker in there, you can see it. Like when you have an AirTag in there, it's like a little circle. So if someone steals your luggage, hopefully that won't happen, but they open it up, they'll be able to see it and just toss the AirTag. So that's something to keep in mind, but I haven't ever had my luggage stolen, knock on wood somewhere. But just something to think about. On this lid here, we have a little bit of organization. So this is where I've been doing socks and underwear. That way they get a little bit of, you can see them and you can like grab it easier and just, I don't know. I like having like a panel where you can put that kind of stuff. Also a laundry bag that comes with the suitcase here as well. So no organization inside there, just nice to have use of this flap though. So opening up the flap, these are YKK zippers inside of here as well, I should mention. Nice and easy to maneuver. I wish there was another organizer on this side of the flap, but that's really just me being picky and choosy. Have a Ridge packing cube here. We have a full review of these as well, or if we don't yet, it's coming soon. So keep a lookout for that. And then I just have a sweatshirt that I didn't want to waste space on a packing cube for, but I wanted to bring along with me. And then I brought a couple of extra packing cubes too, because I typically wouldn't bring this many. I'm just testing these right now. But I like bringing an extra packing cube with me when I travel because a lot of times, you buy a shirt or something like that, and it's nice to be able to stay organized, especially if you have like a multi-stop trip. So you buy something on your first stop, you don't have to like just put like a grocery bag inside of here with a shirt in it. You can use a packing cube or something like that. And this really takes up no space, especially in the grand scheme of how big this pack is. So no organization inside of here, just a bunch of space. Close this up. Move over to this side now. On this side, we have organization as well. As you can see, we have these compression straps here, which you can use with or without this panel. So I'm just gonna pop these open. And as you'll see when I do this one, it's gonna pop out quite a bit. So it is saving space right now. If I wanted to fit more in there, I could. So this is removable. I'm gonna lift this up so you can see it. Got these little, like, you just take the strap off of there and then this can come out. But you can leave it in there if you want. It just kind of opens like a book like that. But there is a zipper up here. So I've just got my hat and gloves stowed inside of here right now. There's quite a bit of room to work with, so I could fit more inside of here as well. I'm not gonna get it out just because it'd be kind of hard for me to show it and just kind of not that helpful. So I'm gonna flop this open so you can take that off if you want to. But underneath here, I like how this is able to segment my shoes and jacket, which kind of get the most beat up of anything that I'm really wearing, away from the rest of my stuff. And because I have, not huge feet, but like size 12, these aren't really gonna fit over here where I can zip them away, or if I do, it just makes this side harder to use. So I like that they're able to go over here alongside my jacket too. I have more space over here right now. I could fit some more stuff in here, and then I can kind of, they're just kind of away. Like I'm not gonna be able to compress these shoes, but it's just kind of like a divider, and I like that. If you have smaller feet, you might just want to stow something over here. And it's also like if you're just wearing one pair of shoes and like bringing flip-flops or something, this is a great place for packing cubes as well because you can cinch them down. So if you don't have compression cubes, you can just put your packing cubes in here and then cinch these down with or without this divider. I do like that you can stow stuff inside of here. You could have maybe even one of these is clean, one of these is dirty for socks and underwear and other garments. But overall, pretty happy with how the interior of this works and looks. Woojin buckles, YKK hardware. It's all high quality stuff. It just depends how you travel. If you want a ton of organization, this doesn't have it, but if you want just enough to where you can use it if you want to, but also still bring packing cubes and other organizers and stuff like that, this is a pretty good shout. It just really, as I said, depends how you like to travel, but this is a pretty solid contender if you ask me. So there you have it, the Ridge Hard Shell Carry-On. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next one.